If there's anybody that has insulted legendary Orm in this game since he was released the most, it has to be me. I don't think anybody has gone as hard against this guy as I have. But I have to admit a mistake that I made. So I have said this guy is useless, which is true. Useless across multiple game modes in Injustice 2 Mobile, which is true. He's not particularly made for any game mode, which, like I said again, is true. But turns out there's a niche way you can make this guy work. It's crazy, but yeah, there's a way you can actually make legendary Orm to work, which is to stack him with high level artifacts. That is not enough. You can't stop there. Use him with Raven to give him times 6 multiplier. But guess what? You can't stop there. With King of Atlantis Aquaman, that's enough. But with this guy, the half brother of King of Atlantis Aquaman, still not enough. You have to add one more thing. You have to add Zatanna or Girl of Steel. So shout out to, I hope I'm not butchering your name. I believe it was Itonu or yeah, something like that. That suggested I use this team. I thought it was a joke, honestly, but it got me thinking that when I use Raven and Legendary Orm and I use Twin Blade, I saw that I was doing a decent amount of damage. I was doing 3 million damage on basics. So I was like, these basics have some potential. Of course, no passive of Legendary Orm boost his basics and not even his overall attack. The only boost he gets is for his special. But it occurred to me that if I really try this Girl of Steel, or Zatanna's Girl of Steel would give him 400%, Zatanna would give 300%. That 300% is added to the boost of Twin Blade. So Twin Blade gives you at level 9, my Twin Blade is level 9, it gives 280% damage on armor pierce basic attack, basic and swipe attacks. So if I add Zatanna is going to add an additional 300, right? Yeah, that's correct. That's 300% damage. So Twin Blade will now be doing 580 instead of 280% damage. Because of course the damage is additive. So that damage, of course, will now multiply with your normal critical attack chance and all of that, and of course multiply times 6. Times 6 coming from Raven's 600% damage, which is a multiplied damage. So it showed in this match. You will see towards the end of the match, I was doing up to 23 million hits on basic. So yeah, that's crazy. That's amazing. And that taught me a lesson. This match you just watched is not the first match. I tested this idea out in league rates, and that was how I was able to come up with this gameplay. It was still not perfect. I made some mistakes. I started doing my damage late, but I was still able to one shot to show how powerful that is. But in league rates, I made a mistake that made me not to one shot at the end of the match. The mistake I made was that the current state of legendary Orm is special 3 is useless. It's crazy. I know you might have seen that, oh, with Raven, you can do high damage on that special 3, but trust me, you don't want to focus on the special 3. When you want to one shot with legendary Orm, in league raid or in solo raid, you want to focus on his basic attacks, you want to focus on his special one. His basic attacks and his special one. So the special one, of course, it does a good amount of damage, but the major reason you want to be doing special one is that you are doing damage. You want to do ability damage, right? You do basics, you do special one, which is ability damage. But the special one is quick. Once you do the special one, you can quickly engage in basics and continue again. And that gives you enough chance to continue to, of course, to generate. You want to generate shield that helps you to do CI perfectly and all of that. I don't recommend special 3 because even though special 3 does decent amount of damage and does that extra damage, that extra damage doesn't seem like the time wasted to do that special damage is not worth it at the end of the day. Because you are conscious of time, because you're going to spend the first 1 minute of the match doing health reduction and also getting damage tags from Zatanna or Gale of Steel. I would recommend Zatanna because Gale of Steel is perfect for League of Anarchy. So you don't want to remove Gale of Steel from League of Anarchy. I recommend you use Zatanna in this place. So you don't have much time. And Special 3 wastes too much time. Even to set it up to get the highest damage on Special 3, it takes too much time. So I would say don't bother with Special 3. The mistake I made was that I was still trying to use the Special 3 strategy here. This was the first time testing out this team. And it was clear that the damage I was doing was coming mostly from Twin Blade and the Special 1 damage of Legendary Orm. Like I said, Special 1 damage is quick. Remember, you still have to be targeting Raven regularly. So if you are focusing on Special 1, you can do up to 3 Special 1 with basic combination before you tag in Raven and renew the buff against the enemy. So yeah, if I were to fight this league raid again, I'm not going to do special 3, not even once. I'll do my super move and I'll just focus on doing basics and doing special 3. Of course, that's after stacking 300% damage and doing health reduction from Zatanna. So yeah, that's basically the strategy of how that will work. Don't make my mistake. Don't do special 3. And yeah, you are good. We are still hoping that in 2 months' time, maybe late February or early March, there's going to be an update, of course. But we're hoping that that update is going to come with a fix for Legendary I believe right now NRS devs are probably on holidays, so no matter if you like write tickets from now till tomorrow, you're not going to get any good response. But I believe once they resume and they will, of course, they would have seen a lot of tickets that a lot of players have already submitted. They will rework this character, fix this character, then we won't need to go this extra mile. But yeah, at the moment you can see that you need to go an extra mile. In solo raids, you need to have high level artifacts. You see, I had level 10 and level 9 of the solo raid artifact. You need to have a twin blade artifact on him. You need to use Raven, you need to use Zatanna or Gale of Steel. Like I said, I recommend Zatanna because Gale of Steel is so much better with League of Anarchy team. So you see that it takes a whole lot. It takes a whole lot to finally get this guy to one shot. Probably those that have Beta Club with this same setup will still be able to one shot. I bet if Twin Blade can one shot, I'm willing to bet Beta Club could one shot as well with this same setup. Probably with less solo raid artifacts. Yeah, because Beta Club is very powerful. But what annoys me about this is that you are not playing into the strength of Legendary because Legendary like I said, it doesn't have overall damage boost like King of Atlantis Aquaman. It doesn't have basic damage boost like Black Manta. So it doesn't have a boost that because let's put it like this: if let's say Legendary instead of that 1,800% attack, if that 1,800% attack was just 300% damage, just like Zatanna, guess what? You wouldn't have needed Zatanna. You could have used Legendary with Raven and maybe Power Girl or Dr. Fate, just the way you use King of Atlantis Aquaman, and it would have worked for you perfectly. It would have been just a marginally weaker Coam without health reduction, but it would have still be able to one shot for you. But they gave us 1,800% attack, which is rubbish, which doesn't do anything because it's not calculated properly or it's calculated in an additive manner. I don't know, but it's very weak. So you need to go like over and above to get this guy to one shot. Final question: is this worth it? I would say if you already have a decently built Black Manta that is able to one shot with Raven, or you have Blue Beetle that is able to one shot with Raven, or you have a maxed out King of Atlantis Aquaman that is also able to one shot with Raven, you do not need to still go for Legendary Wait to see if it's going to be reworked or fixed, then you can go for him. But right now, despite the fact that yes, it is technically possible to one shot with Legendary I'll still say no. I was just happy. My only joy from this match was that, oh, I finally one-shotted with Legendary That was just my only joy. I wouldn't say I really enjoyed the match because I needed to use a lot of things that, yeah, and many people might not even have, or may not dream to have in the nearest future. But yeah, it's crazy that you need a lot to get this guy to work. But still, yeah, he works. Works, but not worth it. If you enjoy my videos, smash the subscribe button and I'll see you on the next one.